What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and you're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. Today we're doing a review on this budget knife right here from Sitivien. This is part of a series of multiple different Sitivien knives that we're checking out. Knives that were actually sent to me by the very first viewer that actually sent me some gear to review. His name is Andy. He goes by Glorybound EDC on Instagram. So please check him out. Give him a follow. He has a lot of content. He will soon be launching his own YouTube channel. I'll keep you guys posted on that. So again, Andy, thank you so much for sending this gear over for me to review. I've had these for about a month now, which I feel kind of bad. And Andy was so flexible to give me enough time to EDC these plenty before sending them back. So yeah, I've been able to gather a lot of feedback after carrying these guys for such a long time. And I'm about ready to share what that experience has been like. Share that feedback with you guys. That being said, I mean, this is a great budget EDC knife. We're gonna get into it. The model number here is the ST131. Let's get a quick measurement on this bad boy here. Overall length on this guy is gonna be 8¼ inches, 8¼ inches total length. The blade is gonna be around 3.5, with the cutting edge being about 3.5 as well. The handle is going to be a whopping 3.75 inches. Nope, not 3. Did I say 3? No, it's 4.75 inches, maybe around 4.7, 4.6, somewhere around that ballpark. But those are your overall measurements. As far as materials, what are we working with on this knife? So we have G10 going on. This knife comes in a plethora of different color combinations. So if you don't like black G10, check out the affiliate links down below for this knife or any knife that you see in this video. But particularly this one, of course, that we're reviewing, it comes in so many different other G10 color combinations, right? You should definitely check it out. Black G10 is what we're reviewing here. We have exposed steel, stainless steel liners going on. Deep pocket carry clip, which is not reversible. And that might be the first sunk right there. I'm not sure why they couldn't do a reversible pocket clip there like they did on this other model. And this is the 132. I just reviewed this knife as well. So if you want to check out the review on this one, you can. It is, again, the Sitivien ST132. And you see on this side, it definitely has a mill portion in the scale there for a reversible pocket clip. So not sure why they didn't do that here. It is very deep carry, but not reversible. So sorry for my lefties out there, guys. Companies these days, you know, 2023 going into 2024, if you're designing a knife that is not reversible, like, you know, you're missing out on a good chunk of the EDC community population right there. So, you know, why not keep lefties in mind as well, right? As for the blade, we're dealing with a D2, right? D2 steel blade. You have the model number printed on every single one of the Sitivien knives. This one being, again, the 131. Bell satin finish going on, flat grind, which is pretty nice. And this one is a drop point, once again. Nice drop point with a little circle cut out here. I have a bunch of holes cut out right here, somewhat of a fuller going on both sides, which kind of give it character, right? Give it a little bit of a personality to the blade, which I do not mind at all. That definitely is something that stood out to me the second I unboxed it. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty neat. That's pretty unique right there. Yeah, let's get some quick size comparisons then. So next to other Sitivien models, again, the 132 we were just talking about, right? Pretty comparable right there. Next to this other Sitivien here. By the way, these are all coming from Andy. So again, go check him out on Instagram, Glorybound EDC. This is the ST128. If the camera will focus, I'm telling you guys that the moment I become YouTube famous, one day in this lifetime, I'm gonna be upgrading this camera for sure. So ST128 is the model for this one, and they're all pretty much around the same ballpark, right? As far as overall, you know, size comparisons right there. So you guys be the judge. Check it out right here next to the Win Plus 3344, another knife from Andy, which I've been EDCing for a while as well. And then let's do the usual suspects, right? The PM2 from Spyderco. Take a look at that guy. Para 3. All right, so very comparable to the PM2. All right, pretty much probably around the same exact overall size right there, if I'm being honest. So you guys be the judge there. It should give you a good ballpark. Next to the Demko AD 20.5 and the Shark's Foot. So it's gonna be bigger than that one. Right, here's the Wrap Model 2 at the bottom. So it's not quite as big or as long as the Wrap Model 1. Sorry, Wrap Model 1. And it's definitely gonna be bigger. Yeah, let's get a satisfying opening there. It's definitely going to be bigger than the Wrap Model 2. So again, some quick size comparisons to give you guys a good idea there. All right, that being said, let's see what else we have going on this guy. As far as the action on this bad boy, again, coming primarily, and I want to say probably exclusively, only via the flipper tab right here in the back. So you can flip it open right there, and that's about it. That is the only dedicated deployment method on this guy. Now, you do have a good, decent cutout right here on the handle. It would sort of lead you to believe that you can thumb deploy it by sinking your thumb into the blade and making it happen. So I have done it. It is possible. But I will tell you, you know, after EDCing this guy for some weeks now, it will beat up your thumb. And, you know, it's not something you can reliably do or comfortably do over and over again, right? Because, again, it's going to take a nice toll on your thumb. It's going to create a nice callus right there. But, yeah, a thumb stud would have been appreciated, right? Something similar to the Wrap Model 1 right here. Thumb studs, you guys, are pretty underrated these days. Like, they provide so much functionality, it's ridiculous. So for budget knives like these, a thumb stud would have been more appreciated, I think, than the whole, you know, fuller design, or, you know, all of the different holes and things like that. So that's some food for thought right there, Sitivien. In the remote scenario that you're watching this video, yeah, some thumb studs would have been appreciated because it would have allowed for reverse flicking. It would have allowed for thumb deployment. And of course, you got the flipper deployment right here, which I must say, the detent on this thing is tuned 1,000, because it's, you know, it's definitely on the stiff side, but you will never fail this detent whatsoever. Right? Even if I tried doing it the softest I possibly could, putting the most gradual amount of tension, boom, it's still gonna deploy. So it does have one deployment option. You know, would have been nice if it had more. Knives these days, you know, I definitely can appreciate multiple deployment options, me personally, but the one deployment option it does have, that flipper, it definitely is very, very good, very functional. You cannot fail it, right? So, and again, the D10 is tuned pretty good. Right, nice and snappy, and yeah, it allows you to build enough tension to never fail that deployment. Blade alignment is pretty good right there, as you can see. Let me get you a little bit closer to the camera. There you are. And other than that, let's do some carry profile, right? Carry profile here. Let's do some thickness first, next to the, put it on my right hand, next to the Para 3. All right, definitely gonna be, let me bring it a little bit closer, a little bit thicker than the Para 3, and therefore thicker than the PM2. How about the Demko AD 20.5? Definitely thicker than the Demko AD 20.5, regardless of blade shape. How about the Wrap Model 1? Still thicker than the Wrap Model 1, and therefore will be thicker than the Wrap Model. Now, length and height here in the pocket will go in reverse order. Wrap Model 1 at the top, Wrap Model 2 at the bottom. Yeah, very close to the Wrap Model 1 without a doubt, right? Pretty much similar specs, you know, the Wrap Model 1 being a little bit longer, but the height is about the same. If I do the Demko AD 20.5, actually we'll do a different one this time. How about the new Demko Shark Cub? Check this guy out. It is a smaller version than the regular AD 20.5. So it does have a smaller footprint over the sibling. So, but either way, regardless if it's a full size AD 20.5 or the Shark Cub, it's still going to be much slimmer, right, than those two. And last but not least, you know, the Spyderco knives, those are always going to be a little bit taller in the pocket. They're going to occupy a lot more room, more real estate, because, you know, the good old Spidey hole, right? That is nothing new. All right, let's see here. Blade stock thickness on this bad boy. If I can find my calipers, that'd be nice. Here they are. All right, this bad boy is going to be 0.14 inches, 0.14 inches on the blade, which is not bad. And then as far as the handles go, you got 0.59, which is, you can round up to 0.6. And that being said, is there any milling going on here on this knife? I do see some holes right there going on this side, right? You guys can probably see that as well. Yeah, some holes going on this side, no holes. Well, actually some other holes going on this side too, towards the back. So it is milled. Let's get it good. It does have some substantial weight to it. My other Sitivien knife that I checked, the ST132, this guy was exactly 5 ounces. And so this guy must be around maybe 5.2, 5.1 ounces. There you guys have it right there. It's not bad. Again, it feels like a good substantial knife. You definitely know you have a knife in your pocket. You're not fooling anybody. It's not a featherweight, but it's also not a brick. How about that? So it is a good amount of weight, substantial weight. And again, it is a medium to large knife. A quick hardware check on this bad boy. Again, my tools are always highly recommendable. You can check these below in the description. Whenever you use those links, they do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. And based on what I'm seeing, I'm willing to say this might be a T8 in the pivot. All right, it sure is a T8 in the pivot. And then as far as, just like with the other Sitivien so far, unfortunately we have T6 in the body, T6 in the pocket clip. So that's a little bit of a sunk right there, if anything. Now, you know, even brands like Sencut from Sitivien, right, at this price point or even higher, typically Sencut knives come in at $35 to $40, $40 to $50, $45, and they too have TA in the pivot and T6 on the body screws and everywhere else. So I wouldn't really fault Sitivien too much. Again, this is a $30 knife. So again, check out those affiliate links below. This thing comes in at $30. So talk about a budget knife. Talk about an affordable knife right here. This thing is not going to break the bank at all. And I gotta tell you, as far as the fit and finish, right, the G10 feels pretty good. I'm looking at, you know, every single line all throughout the knife, how everything aligns, every panel aligns with one another. And I gotta tell you, like, I don't see anything where it might lead me to believe that there's an issue. You know, again, pretty aligned blade right there. Overall, the construction is pretty spot on, if you ask me. So the quality check right there, you know, they're doing a pretty good job. If they do quality check, it is spot on. So something I did notice in the handle is you have this little, you know, race portion right here to give it character. Maybe these, you know, little circle bumps, right? It sort of feels like bumps. They definitely help with additional grip, right? When you are holding on to the knife, right, it gives your fingers here on this side a good amount of grip right there, which is good. It leads me to the next point, which is ergonomics. And ergonomically speaking, this knife gets the job done, right? It's not, it doesn't have any sore corners or anything like that, or sore spots that will destroy your hands in any way, shape, or form. You got a cutout right here for your index finger, which is pretty common, and then all the other fingers are going to follow suit. And full bear down grip right here. Got plenty of handle for a 6 finger if I have one. Again, I have medium to large hands. Medium hands, right? Not the largest, not the smallest, but you know, if I had another, you know, finger right there, I could do a full 6 finger grip. No forward choke option on this bad boy. You know, maybe that's a little bit of a preference on my end. I would have loved to have a forward choke option to, you know, rest my thumb a little bit more higher, closer to the tip of the blade there, if anything. You do have some jimping, which is pretty minimal. This little indentation right here on the blade, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I guess you could rest your thumb here like this if you wanted to. That's something, right? I didn't really use it all that much, but that could be the whole thought process right there when they designed it that way. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend forward choking on this guy because you're getting pretty close to the tip of the edge right there, and you could cut yourself. So be very careful there. I wouldn't recommend it. But even when, you know, bearing down, like gripping the knife real good back here, again, you still have plenty of handle and you are good to go there. So that's really good. G10 backspacer going on here. I should probably show that in the camera. Make sure you guys can see it. And the linear hole is very present in the knife. So they went with something interesting here. It's just one hole through both the liner and the G10. They didn't hide it like they did on this other model with a little pin right here in the back. I would have preferred this, but that's just me personally. They can't make every knife the same way, I guess, so that's why they went with this design, perhaps. But yeah, other than that, the liner lock, you have good access to the lock bar. No jimping on the lock bar, and that is not needed because you have plenty of access, and you can disengage, you know, the blade there very, very comfortably, as you can see. So other than that, I mean, this blade is very, very slicey. Let's just go ahead and get some paper out here. For scientific purposes, we'll do a couple of tests right here. Not that this is going to prove much, but can it cut paper? Of course it can. This is a knife. That's what it's meant to do. So, and it can also slide very well. And keep in mind, here's the thing that Andy, the owner of these knives, told me. He said he's been beating on these knives for a long, long time, and they still have managed to maintain a good edge. I didn't find any need to sharpen these knives. He's been beating on them, never sharpened them before, and they're still performing as if they were new out of the box. So that speaks a ton for the edge retention, even with a D2 steel. Can it cut cardboard? Well, I'm sure it can. Just keep in mind, we're cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but at an angle. And let me give you guys a quick demo. Yeah, I can cut cardboard, you guys. It certainly can. All right, even this section right here, which is a double cardboard, right? You'll notice how it slows down a bit, but that's because it's cutting twice the amount of cardboard. All right, check that out. Yeah, it can cut cardboard like crazy. It is certainly a cardboard destroyer. And did I mention 30 bucks? Did I mention 30 bucks? I mean, I don't know. I think you guys get what I'm, you know, I get you guys get what I'm trying to say here. So overall, some closing thoughts on the Sitivien ST131 model here. Again, I've been very, very impressed with Sitivien as a budget brand. I know they make some premium knives, which I haven't quite checked out yet, maybe in the future. But as far as the budget brand goes, the budget category, I mean, these are some daily beaters for sure. I was so happy and grateful to Andy to get a chance to check these out. I definitely EDC them for almost a month. I can't believe I've had these knives for so long, and a little bit embarrassed. I definitely need to send these back ASAP. But I've just been having a ton of knives sent to me to the channel here recently, which I'm so grateful for. So again, Andy, thank you so much for sending these in. Again, guys, highly recommend this knife. 30 bucks, you're looking to get a reliable knife for you as a secondary, something you're going to beat on and not be afraid. This guy right here is a great, great contender. It's not the most fidgety knife out there. It's not the most high premium knife or better materials in the world, but 30 bucks. 30 bucks, it's a pocket change. Trip to Taco Bell, if you will, a lunch date, whatever. You got a nice knife that you are gonna have for quite some time. So again, check out those affiliate links down below. This guy will be linked down there for you guys to check it out. I might be getting me some of these Sitivien knives. As a matter of fact, this is the next brand budget-wise that I'm gonna be spending some money on myself, because again, these are just some absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. That being said, let me know if I missed anything down in the comments. Again, I already reviewed the Sitivien, what's this other one? The 132. The review for the Sitivien, what is this, the 128. This one is coming up, and also the Win Plus 3344. So check these guys out. If you want to see any of the other reviews, they're going to be linked down below. And if you made it to the end, guys, I'm truly grateful. You guys are the real MVP. Smash that like button if you haven't already. It helps the algorithm push this video to a larger audience. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, because what are you doing? Like, let's hang out. Let's become best friends, right? Thank you guys for all your support. Check out Patreon, link down below if you want to take your support a step further. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.